Hello from Denmark. Good morning from Denmark. The sun has just come out outside. We've just had a week of a deluge of rain last week. And as an interesting side note, we just found out yesterday it caused sewage to go into the water supply around here. And a lot of people have actually been sick, including my husband. It's very bad diarrhea all over the weekend. And I'm a little bit annoyed because we both have put on quite a lot of weight over the corona time, and now he's like 4 kilos ahead of me. No, but seriously, he was like really not well, and my eldest son was visiting from the UK, so that was a bit of a different type of visit for him. How's your week been? Hope it's been better than mine. Today we are going to work with Ascension runes. We are working with Algiz. Okay, this is a lovely rune, absolutely lovely. So let me just need to go on and do my thing on here. Just going onto Facebook and telling it to do various things. I would like you to go public with this, please. I click the right thing. Oh, now what's it doing? Doing a thing. Stop doing it. What are you doing? There we go. Select privacy. Public. There we go. That's better. Despite all of that, I have a bit of a sense of optimism this week. I should have been on 2 courses in Sweden this year, but they both had to be cancelled. Save the courses because of corona. When I was in bed last night, you know that bit where you're sort of starting to go to sleep, you can sort of suddenly get images or pictures or whatever. What's it called? Hypnagogic or something? I can't remember now. But I suddenly felt myself sitting in the room where we sit, where we do the training out in Sweden. And it's an old room with wooden floors, and I could smell it, and I could feel like and see and sense all the other people around me. And I had a feeling of it being next year. So I don't know, we'll see. But I just get a feeling that by next year, things are actually going to start returning to normal. I don't know why, because logically my brain is going, oh, but vaccines, and oh, but restrictions, and oh, but masks, and oh, but, you know. So I don't know anything about that scientifically, but I just say I had a psychic impression of being there, and quite often they come true. So we'll see. We'll see, but I have a sense of optimism. Algiz. Okay. So, oh, I am going to chant the runes in for us. I think I have to take my cardigan off because I've started getting all warm now. It's the healing energies coming in, and going to sing the runes in. I work with the Elder Futhart because there's different rune sets from different places and different times, and I'm going to sing it in 3 times, and I just want you to just sit and just feel this energy coming in. If you've also learnt the runes, then sing along with me. If you want to learn the runes, go to Ascension Runes on Facebook. Look on the headings on the left hand side, there's a YouTube heading, click on that, it will take you to my YouTube playlist where you can learn how to sing the runes. Okay, let's go. Faith can be true when you're hogging out. 要在拍摄有爱的手，是要开马的那个位，后在这个谁？自在非天地之温雅公难，一要开拍摄有爱的手，是要开马的那个位，后在这个谁？自在非天地之温雅公难，一要开拍摄有爱的手，是要开马的那个位，后在这个谁？ So just feel the power of the runes around you in a circle or a wall. I tend to think of them as a wall of runes because they like grow up all around me. And the runes contain the whole of the cosmos within them. So when we sing the runes in or speak the runes in, chant the runes in, then we are bringing in wholeness around us. The runes are very, very healing. Very powerful healing effect. So just feel yourself coming into centeredness, balance. That's it. Just taking a moment out of the day. Letting the runes support you in the journey where you are at the moment. So, this is Algiz. It's like a line with two arms coming up. It's the elk rune, E-L-K, elk. This is a bit like a moose. You can sort of see that in the horns there. I won't tell too much about it because I just want you to experience the energy of it. So, as I say my little spiel every week, when we start to work with the runes, the first thing we want to do is to introduce ourselves to the energy of it. Just as if you wanted to get to know a person, you would go meet them. Hello. Well, not these days. Hello. Hello. And you would get to know them yourself. Once you've done that, then reading other people's stuff and what they think after you've formed an impression yourself makes a lot more sense. But if you're sensitive to energy and you work with energies, this is the way to do it. Sit. If you don't have a rune set, write it out on a bit of paper. Sit and hold that energy. Meditate with it. Do it every day. Carry it with you in your pocket. You'll get to know the energy, different energies of the runes. What we're going to do today is do a small meditation or journey. I'm going to play some drums, and then you can chant it, Algiz, Algiz. So it's spelled A-L-G-I-Z or A-L-G-I-S, depending on how you spell it. And you can chant it. You can just speak it in your mind. You can imagine that you're breathing that symbol in and out of your body. You get something called rune yoga. You can actually assume all these shapes. You can stand like that with your arms up and be Algiz. I just sit and hold it in my hands and just sort of open up my energy to it and see what happens. Now, if you're doing this for the first time, just do it, to introduce yourself to the energy. I'm going to journey on it from a different perspective. I'm going to journey on it from the perspective of Ascension and our evolutionary journey at the moment to see what support or wisdom Algiz has to offer. And then after we've done that journey, then I'll talk a bit about what is said about Algiz and what I got from the journey. So let me just get my little drumming thing together. And I'll see you in 4 or 5 minutes. Okay, so bring yourself fully back now from wherever you were. So when we work with the runes in this way, we are tuning in to their energy, and they simultaneously are tuning into our energy, because it's a two-way. Relationships are always two-way. So we tune into them, they tune into us, and each rune is a vast doorway of power, and so it starts to impact our energy, and so therefore there's the healing. Let me read out what Jörn Eriksson says about Algiz. It's known as the protection rune, Algiz. Actually, no, I'll tell you what I got first, because I know he's going to say some things that will sort of. Each rune has more than one meaning, and also, just to confuse things, when you look in different books that have come from different backgrounds, there are some very, very different ways of understanding the runes, and you just really need to find what works for you. Basically, this sort of more Swedish way of working with it works well for me. When I tuned into it today, so as I said, Algiz is known as the protection rune. There's a very famous sort of Viking symbol called Aegis Hjalmur, and it's basically this, like, going all the way round. So I think it can be like 6 or 8 or 4 of them, and they used to wear it on their helmets. And what's the name of it? What is it? The translation of it? Like terror of awe, or helmet of awe, or it was to inspire fear into your enemies, basically. But it's a very good and strong protective symbol. But then the actual rune itself means elk. And I've always been like, how does that go together? But what I got today, when I was holding it, I felt very straight and very aligned to the universe. Because another meaning of this is, it is like the priest or priestess with their arms open up to the heavens, sort of invoking the divine, invoking spirit into earth. And it felt deeply rooted. So it's invoking spirit, but deeply grounded at the same time. And that felt so protective, to be aligned to the divine. And I was sort of, as I was journeying, I was having thoughts about, because, I think one of the best protections we can have is our intuition. When we're in tune with our intuition, and we can read a bit of what's going on around us, we tend to know when people are lying. We tend to know when situations are a bit dangerous. So that's an amazing protection. But also just that alignment with the divine just felt like that was the protection. Also, all right, then I'll tell you what Jörn says. Algiz. Algiz is the old word for moose. That's elk. This is the rune of the wild animals and the animal kingdom. So that's interesting. There's something more to it here, but I can't find the words to say it. I taped something recently. It was some documentary about the Sami. And the Sami are people who have, for many hundreds of years, taken their elk. I think they're elk or mooses from one part of Scandinavia to, I think they go across Alaska. That's not right. I'm so bad on geography. Because Alaska's in America, isn't it? But anyway, they go across snowy plains. I watched a whole documentary about this, and I still can't remember the right words. And that, it's part of their life, having these herds. No, they're reindeer. Oh God, honestly. But that is the sort of week I've had. My brain is a bit like, whoa. But they're reindeer. And anyway, I was watching this, and because it was all filming in the forest, and it was all snow covered, and it was an elk that came through the trees, and they were filming it, and it just suddenly appeared like that. And I was like, oh, and this shiver went through me. It was just so ancient looking. And it was just like, I don't know, there's just something about elk and moose that are just like, there's just a whole thing. There's just a whole energy there. But there was ancientness in it. And so I get what he's saying about animal kingdom, but there's more to it than that. There's an ancientness thing going on. If you get anything, please share in the comments below, because it's kind of like I know it, but I can't put the words on it. Algiz is a strong protective rune against all sorts of negative energies, and it represents inner strength and clarity. Well, I guess that would be the alignment to the divine then, wouldn't it? Algiz is the image of the moose horn pointing upwards towards non-ordinary reality, spiritual initiation and transcendence. By contemplating Algiz, we can find out to which animals we have special relations and might function as our power animals. And also because, of course, you know, those horns, dropping my rattle there, those horns, they're there to sort of keep things away that need to be kept away. So there's stuff there about boundaries as well. So is there anything else? Was there anything else from that I wanted to say? It's Siberia, isn't it? I think it's Siberia they go across. Terrible, aren't I? Geography's never been my strong point. Goes in one ear, falls out the other. One of the things I did want to mention today, well, two things. One is I'm starting the Sarah Healing group healing on Sunday night, Danish time. So that'll be earlier Sunday for those of you in the States and around that part of the world. That'll be on Facebook and on my YouTube channel, and that's 7:00 Central European time. So you have to kind of figure that out. I do have an event on Facebook on my Sarah's Healing group. I do have a time conversion link if you want to go on there and look. And totally excited about that. These energies are amazing that are coming through. Please come and experience them. The other thing I wanted to talk about is, so last year, around this time, August and September, I worked really, really intensely with the runes to ground people's energies, soul energies, using the runes through their names. And I'm going to be running a workshop on this in November. I'd like to do it now. I would like to do it sooner, but I've got too many other things happening in September or in October. So I'm going to be doing that in November. I'm starting to talk about it now so that you can get to know about it. And also because I'm really excited about it, because we can actually ground our soul purpose and energies through the power of our name. That'll be the first workshop, because then we can also do the same with our ancestral and angelic energies through our any other names and through our surnames, our family names. But that will be for 2021. I can manage to do the soul stuff this year. And this is something I just discovered. I didn't know about it. It happened as I started working with names and runes to make sigils out of them, which was part of my homework for my Save the course. And then as I worked with it, energetically these things started to happen, and it turned into a whole system. I developed this whole system out of it, and can't wait to share that with you as well. So next week I'll be back. What is the next one? Tusen spreken when you're gonna is your Petra. Yo, Algiz, soul. That's the sunroom. Beautiful. It'll be a nice little nostalgic wave to the summer. We got a little bit of heat wave going on very recently here in Denmark. We had quite a cool summer up until then. And then suddenly it was gone and autumn started just at the end of August, and it just feels like autumn now completely out there. So it'll be a nice little nostalgic remembrance of the couple of weeks summer that we had. Oh dear. I hope you all have a very, very good week. This I'll see you next time. Bye for now. Bye.